back to Unveil Paranormal News, where you get some of the most boring news out there. No, just kidding, guys.
We try to make it entertaining.
Yeah, no, we tried. We missed you all last week.
Yes. It was last week was we need to recover from the eclipse week. It was just a hectic week.
We should actually talk about that before we jump into the news. How was your eclipse experience?
It was cool. I was at a little cemetery with my friend Summer and our friends Liberty and Leah and Leah's kids, and we were out in the middle of nowhere, Hancock County, because I live down near Indy, and we were on a dead-end road, no cars, no traffic, no one else in the cemetery, and we had like the perfect view.
Awesome.
Yeah, yes. It was super surreal. We like watched it as it was starting to approach, and then when it got dark here, it got really dark.
It got really dark.
It did. I
stole your idea of going to the cemetery.
I like it. I support when people steal ideas.
Yep. That's how I roll. I did. I stole your idea and went with my sister and my daughter and my nieces, and it was awesome. The only thing that sucked was the cemetery had like 6 other cars there. Weird.
Yep.
all people, like, they had their lawn chairs out to watch the eclipse, and it was pretty epic, I would say.
Yeah, we had lawn chairs, we had blankets laid out, I had equipment set out, and I actually got some. I'd never investigated this cemetery. I'd never been in this cemetery at night before. Yeah. This is just a small rural cemetery that gives off a creepy vibe, but I'd never been in it at night. And I actually got my REM pods to go off a few times.
Really?
And then it may have been the wind, but my K2 meter fell off the top of a tombstone.
Yeah.
It was in a stand. The stand like fell straight down and was at the base of the tombstone, but the K2 meter was like 3 feet away from it. It was weird.
Yeah, it was like flown.
Yeah, like it got thrown.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, I did hear totality on the S box. I used the S box, not the SB7. I actually used the S box because my daughter and them wanted to use the SB7, but I need to go over my stuff on that I did, because I did audio and I did video, and that's all I did, and then I enjoyed it. Like, that was my goal. I had everything sitting on my I consider her family. She's my son's grandmother, passed away on his dad's side, and so we were at her spot the whole time. Did I cut myself? Did I cut myself? I did.
Uh-oh.
Well, kind of. It's like extra red. I don't know why. It's not cut, but it feels funny. It's driving me nuts. It's been chapstick day today, all day, and I redid my office, so that's why everything looks weird, guys. And so I don't have any chapstick right here to use, so just deal with it. But we do have some news for you today, everyone.
We do.
We have lots of stuff. Brad was busy, especially this afternoon, blowing up my phone with this link and this link and this link and this link. So we definitely have stuff to share with you today. So let me jump over here to share my screen with everybody. I want to go. What was I doing? I gotta think where I want to go on here. I think I want to go here. All right. If you guys did not know, today allegedly is Happy International Bat Appreciation Day. Like, yuck.
Yep, I saw this earlier today, and I'm like, oh, I gotta send this to her.
So apparently this is a thing. I don't know who in the right mind decided to make this a day, but
and just a heads up, I am not seeing any comments, so I may not have fixed my Facebook issue. So if there's anyone, Yeah, so if anyone's in there commenting and I can't see it, I'm going to apologize now. I thought I got it fixed, but sorry. If you go over to the Unveil page and watch there, we should be able to see them there.
Yeah.
Or
Go
YouTube. You can
to
see them on YouTube also.
go to Facebook, go to Unveil Paranormal, and follow your girl, right? Y'all wouldn't have Brad here if it wasn't for me, okay?
This is true. But yeah, I'm not seeing them pop up, but I thought I fixed it, so
Yep.
it's not looking good.
Although I joke with Brad and I said,
I can see Leah. Leah just commented.
Leah, Leah? What are you commenting on? You're commenting on Brad's, or you commenting on my stuff? Just out of curiosity.
Yeah, we're trying to learn because I changed some settings on my.
Yeah, 2 weeks ago, guys, we didn't see the comments on what Brad was sharing through. So we're hoping it's fixed this time around. But what I was saying about the show and Brad being on the show, actually, Brad really makes the show more than I do. I mean, he actually does more research than I do, and he brings the viewers more than I do. So he's the shiznit. It really should be the Bradley Ferris show.
I don't want my own show. I think she's watching on your page because
okay, you're watching stuff. On mine. Okay. Well, anybody that's watching over on Brad's and wants to comment tonight, go to Unveil Paranormal, either YouTube or Facebook, or you can go to one of our other hosts, Things Network.
So. Right, because I don't even think my Indie Afterlife one will work either, because it's still connected to all my profile. So.
Lame. Well, yeah. Thank you for following, Leah.
Thanks, Leah.
All right. So, anyways, Bat Appreciation Day. You guys can appreciate your bats for a day. I'm going to continue to hate them. So, we will just say that. Next up, oh, it won't let me do it that way. Let me fix it. See, I miss a week and I forget how to do everything. It's ridiculous. There we go. All right, guys. So this is something that was found, ghosts and getaways. And I don't know if anybody's seen this, but we definitely want to share it. So you can get your free list of 15 haunted hotels to stay in. So looking over this, what they do is they kind of help facilitate and direct you in a way to find locations to stay at, right, Brad? Is that what they're doing?
That's what I read from it, yes.
Yep. So you can sign up and they'll send you a list.
I've only ever stayed in one known haunted hotel, so.
One?
Yeah, the one down in Sistersville, West Virginia. In May.
Was I there?
Yeah, last May.
Oh my gosh, yes! Oh, that was the Wells Inn.
Yes.
Duh, I was there.
So it was a cool.
Like you said Sisterville, and I'm like, wait a second, I was in Sisterville.
Right.
So absolutely, yeah, that's one Wells Inn, and they said that you could book it. I mean, there's people that live there too. So
right, yeah.
I can't really book it out publicly.
It's a weird little hotel.
Yeah, and very interesting characters own it.
Yes.
Yeah, very interesting. Kind of gives you weird vibes, but you're comfortable at the same time.
Right. And it was a cool. It was a cool little town too.
Yeah. So this is something that you definitely check out if you're interested in that. We highly suggest. This is another cool thing that Brad sent over me because Brad does all the work. He really does. Shout out to Nick for sharing this.
Yeah, this came from our good friend Nick Carboni. It looks to be a new device that they're developing, or app, or something that's going to make it easier to collect EVPs, from what I read.
Yeah, so a new tool. It's designed to take your EVP voices to the next level, as they call it. Definitely read here. It's in pre-beta phase. AI driven technology. Interesting.
Hmm.
I didn't read that. I'm torn on AI currently.
Right.
Um,
One, if you're interested in hearing EVPs really clearly, if you get the Magic Ear, the thing they sell on TV, and you get two of them for extra shipping or whatever, it actually really works. Like, you just wear the amplifier
yeah.
and listen through headphones, you can actually hear the EVPs coming through it. It doesn't record them, but if you just want to be able to hear them and be like, hey, I hear that. Did you guys hear that? And if your people you're with aren't using one and don't hear it, then you know you heard an EVP.
What is the magic ear? Is that like, I've seen somebody bring to an investigation one of those things that spies use, like not spies, but like, I don't know, CIA agents, like they hold it up in the TV shows and like it amplifies the sound. Is that
Well,
what
that's
it's
a
like?
that's a parabolic mic. That would work too. But this is literally, I actually have one. It's about the size of an SB7.
Yeah.
And it's literally just an amplifier.
Huh. Yeah, I think that would be a good idea to try that, instead of just.
I used it mine at Thornhaven Manor the last time I got to go there, and I
Okay.
was hearing stuff through it and be like, "Did you guys hear that?" And they're like, "No," but then when they went and listened to their audio, they heard what I heard.
Wow, that's interesting.
Hey, Sky.
Hey, man, all you ladies with these bats. Ugh.
But yeah, anyone who's joining us late and you're watching on my page, we're not seeing the comments again. So jump over to the Unveil page.
Yep. Unveil Paranormal. Facebook.com/unveil.com/unveilparanormal.com. Or you just type in Unveil Paranormal. Actually, if you Google it, it's the first thing that pops up now. So.
You see Sky's comment about the bats?
Yeah. Yeah, unless they're chasing you a bit, like 90% of the time, I feel like they're chasing us. So.
Yes.
But yeah, definitely check this out. Let's look at www.clearspectre.com. You can find out more information on it. I'm curious about it. Also, it says here you can contact Rob at Ghost Gear Tech. Ghost Gear Tech I've not heard of. I wonder if that's one that's been around a while or not.
I don't know.
We've got tons, guys, of these
tech.
Ghosts, these tech people making ghost equipment, so on and so forth. Which I wish we had time to talk about, maybe on the next show, about my RIM pod build and how I'm pretty sure none of us are getting legitimate stuff anymore from learning the stuff I learned from Lauren Heckelson. So
yeah, we'll have to do that next episode.
I feel like we're screwed when it comes to these RIM pods. Like, they're junk. she made me feel like they were junk. So
yes, we'll have to do that next week.
Yeah, we'll have to do that next week, and I'll share with you guys, show you guys my RIM pod and all that fun stuff too. So, but yeah, that was a fun experience. Next, we're going to talk about that is the wrong button. We're going to talk about some events we have coming up. These tickets have gone sale. This is for lovely guy here. Pete is from Northwest Indiana Paranormal. He will be at Lake County Jail. If you're not familiar, that's Crown Point Jail also.
Mm-hmm. He's going to be a guest speaker up there.
I lied. It doesn't go on sale until May 4th. I lied. The Incarcerated Shadows Paracon. It looks like he's going to be. What is he doing there?
He's going to be a guest speaker up there, talking about his.
Yes.
Most likely talking about his youth group that he runs from Griffith High School and how many different kids he's helped over the years and some of his paranormal experiences. That's what he did at that Paracon that I saw him at. Yeah.
So, yeah, if you don't know a little bit about him, he's a really nice guy. He and his team joined us at the Geyer Opera House
a
couple years ago. I did a public investigation there. It was really cool to get to meet them, let them get a chance to check the building out. I don't know if they've gone back since. I know that they mentioned it.
I'm not sure. They did get good photos that night. I do
They
remember
did.
that.
They did. Absolutely. So definitely check out this Paracon. Looks like the actual date is September 15th, 12 p.m. to 8 p.m. So it's a little ways out there, but if they're selling tickets, you're going to want to get those in.
Mm-hmm. And Crown Point Jail's one of my favorite places to go. Sandy does a great job running the place, so.
Yeah, she seems really nice. I haven't really got to do much one-on-one with her to like really get to know her, because usually I go there with other people. I'm not the one booking it. But from what I've seen, she seems to be a very nice person. So.
Yeah, she's super cool to hang out with.
Yep, he is great. Yep, he is pretty great. Yep, Sky was at that hunt too. I think that's the night I met Sky too.
Yep, I think it is.
Another little event coming up here, and I don't know if I think my thing's hiding some of the page, but so ghost hunting classes, these are going to be done by Paravisions. You may or may not be familiar with them. They're out of Ohio. Looks like they teamed up. Oh, Paravisions is their local TAPS team? I didn't realize they were part of TAPS also.
I didn't know that.
That's what it says.
Huh.
We have Trips Paranormal here in Indiana, and they are part of TAPS. I didn't realize Paravisions was too.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
But they're doing ghost hunting classes. The first one's going to be April 27th, Saturday, so that's in like a week and a half. And then they'll have a July 6th and a September 14th, and it's at this museum here. So, yep, be 16 years or older, looks like.
That's I believe that's Lee Allen's group, the guy that put on The Gathering.
This is Lee Allen who put on The Gathering. That is correct. So it's going to be here if you're interested in learning something. They do have a fee for 5 hours. This is something you can definitely check out.
I've taught ghost hunting one-on-one classes at different locations over the years too, so it's always fun. You get to show people who are new to the field like how you investigate and show them your equipment and tell them your stories, and then at the ones I were doing, they then got to investigate the building with us for the night.
Right. I was with a team who would do workshops at like your local libraries and stuff, because they're pretty affordable to rent out a room. So they would do your local library workshops. I've been asked if I ever do mediumship ones, but I don't really. I do my mediumship more privately than publicly nowadays, but I would be more than happy to do that if there was an actual big interest in it. Because I'm a self-taught medium, so my ways of doing things is a little bit different than everybody else's, and to teach a whole class on how to get more in tune would be a little bit complicated, because I feel everybody connects differently, and just to make it standardized, to me, mediumship's not a standardized thing. So
right, you got to do your own thing with it, I believe. Yeah, the one-on-one classes I did 2 different years out at Ashmore. Robin asked me and my team to come out and do those. Yep. He did a different team every month. This was pre-COVID, so it hasn't happened since then. But it was fun.
I thought I was going to burp. We have another Paracon here coming up. This one, let me grab it here for y'all, is the Chicago Paranormal Convention. This is coming up in June, so only a couple months away. This is going to be from 12 p.m. to 7 p.m. Just right outside of Chicago, because I'm pretty sure Countryside, Illinois is right, one of the suburbs.
Yep, I think so.
So if this is something you're interested, weird that they say, hey, Linda, welcome.
What's up, Linda?
It's weird that they have an admission of $1.
Hmm.
but it's kind of smart at the same time.
It is.
Because it's like they're like accepting your
It's almost
donation
it's
in a
almost
way.
like a donation more than it feels like a admission
Yes,
fee.
yes, for sure. So obviously I see a lot of my friends are going or interested, so that's cool. Um, why did they put Iowa in here? They got the wrong date. So 80 vendors you're looking at. Your oddies, your psychics, your paranormal investigators, all that fun stuff. Might be a good reason to go to Chicago. I haven't been to Chicago in a while.
I haven't been to Chicago since I was like 15, so. And I went up like 3 days before. I went up 3 days before Christmas on a bus with no heat. So.
Ew!
Yeah.
Why?
My mom's work had a let's go to Chicago and shop thing that they put together. So we all loaded on a bus at like the ass crack of dawn and drove up to Chicago and on a bus with no heat, and then spent the day up there shopping, and then got on a bus with no heat and came home.
That sounds awful.
It was pretty awful. Yeah.
Yeah, it absolutely does sound awful. Speaking of, you know how we're talking about workshops at your local libraries.
Oh yeah.
Amanda, along with the Paris sisters, they're kind of two different chapters, but they all are part of this UFO and alien existence group.
Mm-hmm.
Amanda's is helping head up the Peru chapter, and then the Paris sisters, obviously the Fort Wayne chapter. For them, looks like they have a meeting this weekend. Everybody and anybody is welcome to these.
Yep.
So you are, I mean, you just show up and you just get. There's no charge, nothing. You show up. You guys talk about the alien side of things that doesn't get talked about nearly as much.
Right.
Although, except for lately.
Right. And just a heads up, if anyone's watching on my page, the comments still aren't coming through, so go over to the Unveil page, if you would, if you want to comment. I thought I had it fixed, but I do not.
Yep, Brad's a slacker.
Well, I changed some settings back, and I obviously didn't change enough.
Yeah. So yeah, we had some issues a couple weeks back with that, and so now we're still having that issue, it seems. So be sure, guys, to go follow on Unveil's page so that you can watch there to ensure that you can see the show and we can see your comments. If you're not commenting, don't worry about it. All right, here is another big event here, guys. We're going to talk about just for a second if I can figure out what I'm doing again. Get haunted. Get haunted. So they're inviting you and everybody to experience the level of experience to join us and investigate with us. Wait, they said us like way too close together. And
us.
Just us. It's all about us. Okay. All right. So, anyways, they're going to be at this Missouri State Penitentiary. I hate that word. Penitentiary is how I always say it, and I know that's wrong.
It's a big jail.
Penitentiary.
No, that's still not right. But it's a big jail. Let's go with it's a big jail.
Okay, so big, gigantic jail in Missouri, in the state of Missouri.
Right. Yes. I think it's in Jefferson, if I remember right.
Jefferson?
It's way the heck over there. I've navigated it out to see if I ever want to go. So.
Photo ops and meet and greets, of course, and then you will have access to the gas chamber, A Hall, and the dungeon housing Unit 3, Gin Pop, whatever that is. What is that?
General population.
Like thank you for clarifying for those of us who haven't been in jail. Neither of you, I know.
I've never been in jail as an inmate.
Right.
I've been in haunted jails.
Death Row in 3D, and of course the Woman's Block. Ooh, the Women's Block must have a story to it for them to be like, of course, the Women's Block.
Yeah, I know Missouri State Penitentiary has been on a lot of the TV shows, so.
Yes, it has. So is that definitely something you want to check out? I don't know how much tickets are. I'm going to assume probably costing you an arm and a leg. Can we see it? It won't pop up for us, will it? No, well. So go to the site and check it out if you're interested in that. Speaking of more getting ghosted, we're going to jump over to Brad shared a ton, guys. I'm serious. Like, he went crazy.
I was on top of it this week. I wanted to make sure we had a good show after taking a week off.
Since we slacked for a week.
We did.
Yeah, we did. Damn Eclipse.
Right.
Ghosted is a spooky performance of Savannah's untold ghost stories by actors improvisers. I assume that's how that's said. So this sounds kind of fun to me. Yeah. It is in Georgia.
It is down in Savannah, Georgia, but it sounded cool. They're going to tell this because Savannah is like one of the most haunted cities in the United States. So
yes. So this is kind of like a fun little way for them to share those ghost stories. I love the idea. I think it's a cool thing. It's May 2nd. So if you're not near the Georgia area, here you go. You have time to book it and go check this out.
Right. It sounds fun.
Definitely a cool idea. All right, guys, we're going to switch over towards our favorites, our paracelebs.
Mm-hmm.
And it's everybody's favorite, Zach Bagans or Baggins, depending on how you love to say his name. I say Bagans. Zach Bagans, Jonathan Davis, part of Korn. He's the singer of Korn.
He's going to appear. He's going to be on one of their episodes coming up this season.
Yes. So
I actually picked it up for the Jonathan Davis and Korn part, not the Zach part. So, because he's a real celebrity.
Jonathan Davis.
Yes.
Yeah. So definitely, if you're a fan of Korn or whatever, even if you're not a fan of Zach,
right.
That's at least something you can check out. It gives you a reason to watch the show. Maybe the show's gotten better, doubt it, but you never know.
I only watch the paranormal shows for new locations and new tech. I don't give a crap of what actual evidence they catch because it's so edited, you never know what they're actually going to get. So,
right, that's true. Also, guys, we got a couple more things here, and then we'll move on to the next segment. Peacock has a brand new prequel series coming out. It's going to be in regards to Jason Voorhees.
Yeah, I think it's called Crystal Lake. It's going to be about him as a child. So I know I'm not a huge horror fan. I have seen, I think my friend Jeff made me watch the first 7 Friday the 13th. So I think I've seen 7 of them.
I've seen maybe half of one.
Yeah.
But we do know horror is a big part of the paranormal field. Most people in this field, that I feel like most people love horror movies and rock music.
Right.
And I am neither, which I like rock music. I'm picky. So definitely, if that's something you're curious to watch about, you're a big fan of the Voorhees story, you can definitely check that out. In addition to that, we also have Freddy too.
Yeah.
He's going to be featured.
They're making a prequel series to that also. It's going to be on
Max.
Yeah, Max. Yeah.
HBO Max. Yep. So he's got a 10-episode series coming up. This will be this October. That's something that you are interested in.
It's going to be a Wes Craven and Rob Zombie together working on it. So it could be really good.
Okay, yeah. So if you're a big fan of Freddy, definitely go over there and check out your Max and get ready to watch that. All right. Moving on, guys. I do hope that wasn't too overwhelming for you all.
I don't know. Freddy makes me scared. I've always been afraid of Freddy. I've never watched any
Are
of
you
the nightmare
scared? Do you
shows.
have nightmares now?
Maybe. I've never watched any of the Nightmare on Elm Streets.
Is he's the one with the TV, right?
He's the one with the glove and the claws and the burnt face.
Okay, because like I don't watch this stuff, but I remember one. I remember a leprechaun one.
That's
Like,
called Leprechaun.
yeah. And I remember because you get terrified as a kid, when a little kid, or you think it's awesome, one or the other. But you remember some of these. Remember that, and I remember something that has to do with the television and one of these killers.
I'm pretty sure that one is Freddy.
I think I've seen like part of it. So
Yeah. Freddy has he comes out of the phone in one of them. I'm pretty sure he's in the TV in one. And actually, an interesting fact about Freddy is Johnny. That was actually Johnny Depp's first movie, and he wasn't even credited.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's one of the kids that gets murdered and doesn't even get credit for it in the credits.
Huh. Those movies have to be old as shit then, because he's old.
Yeah, 78 maybe was the first one, 77, 78.
I'll check it out. So I'm a big fan of Johnny Depp.
Yep. He's in a bed, and I think he gets sucked into the bed, I think, from what I remember.
Oh, nice. All right, guys, next up, since we just had our eclipse, I hope you all have not had too many problems with the skies and what's going on up there. Poltergeist has, I know Poltergeist has a TV theme too. I do know that. But the eclipse was last week, and alien sightings are on the rise.
Mm-hmm.
Allegedly. With that said, everybody, here is your next segment, Skywatch. All right, you're gonna have to explain that one to me.
It's those two black dots, but I think they look like hot air balloons to me.
They do. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, but that's what it kind of looks like to me.
Yeah, they're like hot air balloon shaped.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, there's two black. If you got to zoom in really far, but there are two black dots right there in the middle of the photo. Because all the other post eclipse UFO videos that I looked through today looked really fake. They're
really bad.
Really bad. That at least has something in the sky.
Really, it's that bad?
They were bad. The one thing I noticed about the eclipse is I could see the red dot of the solar flare during the eclipse.
Did see it?
I did see it, yes.
Yeah.
And this week I also, as I was coming home from my ghost hunt on, when was I? The 13th. Sky and I saw a meteorite as we were driving on 465 coming home. It went directly over the car, and then we saw it break apart.
Really?
It was super cool.
See, I don't ever see anything cool in the sky.
And what's weird is Sky earlier that morning is like, wouldn't it be neat if we see a shooting star? And then we see that and we're like, holy shit.
Sky, you be manifesting shit over there?
I think she did, because we saw it was a super clear. It was literally like it went right over the interstate, and then we actually saw it break apart and like come down.
Right, right. All right, guys, it is the worst possible segment, but the best intro, apparently, I'm told.
Yes.
One of the best, because the music's epic, apparently. Here's your next segment, Bat Attack.
Whoa!
What was that?
You saw that? That white?
Oh,
bad. Yeah, there's no shot.
no shot.
We're not going out here, are we?
No, there's a bat there. It's still flying around. I see it.
Can we just book it into the other room?
Good. We could go straight downstairs.
Am I leaving?
Yes. You don't have a camera in your hand.
But he's still flying around.
How'd it get in?
It's going back and forth. It's
Get
simple.
here.
It's
Here,
simple
take this.
platforming.
Take this. Swing now. It's gone. All right. Put it down. We just book it.
Oh my god!
I thought we were going downstairs to the mirror section.
Yeah, but just stay in that back room until we all get over there.
Oh, okay.
What? You're gonna go, Brett's gonna go, and then I'm gonna go.
No, the best way. Okay, so we're gonna backtrack to the stairs.
First of all, he's probably gone. Wait, where's the stairs?
That way.
Oh, there's no shot. There's no shot. I thought they were that way. Oh, he's back there.
Is he?
All right, so we're gonna book it for the stairs. We got our weapons here.
I got the camera in this hand, and I got this in
We
this.
got the equipment in this hand. I got this. And we're gonna try and
Get the southeastern Ohioan bat.
out of here. Whoa!
What was that?
You saw that? That white?
Oh,
bad. There's no shot.
I see. I suggested tennis rackets in the past.
You have the best thing about this, I think, is it's so accurate to what happens as soon as a bat enters the investigation.
Yep. Everyone freezes.
Now we got to plan how we have to work around the bat.
Yep.
I don't know if he's short or if he's just downstairs. That dude right there.
Yes.
In a way, I mean, he's a little more brave than I am, but in a way, like you notice how he's like, wait, which way's the stairs? Like you get confused. Like bats are so distracting in ghost hunts. That's one reason I kind of wish like location owners would realize that like it doesn't add to the scary factor. It's actually a little bit of a distraction.
Mm-hmm.
but
yeah, that's funny that I'd only watched the beginning of the video, like the very first few seconds. I didn't know they were going to have tennis rackets, but I'd literally suggested tennis rackets in the past.
Didn't you buy a tennis
I bought
racket?
one. I bought. It wasn't technically a tennis racket. It was a bug zapper that was tennis racket shaped.
Yes, it looks like a tennis racket.
It does. It's an electric tennis racket. So
could you imagine playing tennis with one of those?
I
don't know why you would.
Right. I don't know. I've done other weird things.
Right. So, yep, big appreciation to our bats today.
Yep, Bat Appreciation Day.
That definitely depicts what it's like at a location with a bat.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely. For sure. All right, guys, we're going to skibby on through here real quick because we have a special feature of the week that we definitely want to get to. Because Brad had his first experience at a new place, and I
did.
definitely want them to be able to share. So,
Yep.
with that said, here's your feature of the week.
So this past Saturday, I got to go up to Warsaw. I can speak. Warsaw, Indiana. That town that's named after that place in Poland.
Kosciuszko County. Say that.
Yeah, that county that's impossible to spell. So I got to go experience the old Kosciuszko County jail for the first time. I got invited to go up with Sky and Linda, and it was a fun building. We were there from like 7 p.m. to 11, so we weren't there for a super long time. We kind of took a small tour first. So I kind of split off from the girls at the beginning and went to solitary, and I was in there. I had my inappropriate playing cards out. I had cat balls out. I had REM pods out. I got some cat ball activity as soon as I said it. Hey, can you light one of these up? It lit up. I had a little bit of REM pod activity. I did a 10-minute long video that I wasn't live because I actually did a short live there, but then the cell phone reception was bad. I have a 10-minute long video on my phone that I have reviewed, and within the first 2 minutes, something says my name, and it wasn't the girls because it was a male voice. And then about 8 minutes into that video, it says "get out."
Ooh.
And then while I was in there, I was the only male in the entire building. Like the female, I was there with all females, and the 2 workers there were female. I don't know if I heard it in my head or with my actual ears, I heard a man say, "I have to use the bathroom." And I'm like, wait a second, because I heard it, and I thought to myself, did some other guy come in? Because I knew I was the only male there, but it was a distinct male voice. It was still while I was up in the solitary area. So then after I heard that, I'm like, I'm going to go down, find the girls, because I've been up here alone by myself for like 20, 30 minutes. So then we went over and had some really cool EMF activity at the base of the stairs on the residential side.
Okay. Yep.
The girls saw some things walking inside the elevator. They saw an arm and something pass by the little bitty window in it.
Yeah.
Then what else did we have happen? It was just it was a fun night. It's run by great people, and I definitely want to go back.
Yeah. Shout out to Marianne. Love her.
Yes.
I've been to Kosciuszko County a couple times.
I do remember what else I had happen.
Yeah.
So it goes from like office space, then down a hallway, there's a bathroom, and then it goes into like the residential part of the house or of the jail, because in old time jails, the warden and the sheriff like had to live there on property. So I was going towards the bathroom, and it's also a museum. So one wall was all photos of old sheriffs.
Yeah. And
I was walking by, and out of the corner of my eye, one of the photos looked like it was like a hologram. Like the face looked like it moved.
Like it moved.
Yeah. So like it shifted. Like, you know, those Halloween decorations that it's like a pretty woman's face, and then as you walk by it, it shifts to like a demon face. It had that effect, but it wasn't like, I could just tell it changed. Like, right. It was like, it unnerved me. And then I told.
You know which sheriff it was?
Yeah, I know exactly which one it was. It was Huffer, 1916 to 1919. It's like 2 rows up from the bottom, like 3 or 4 photos in. The photo is really grainy anyway, but it was just weird. It was like the face. It totally looked like the face moved. But I guess they've actually been having trouble with some of the photos falling off the wall, but not that one. It was one that was like, it was like one that was like 2 over and 1 down from it. They were telling me that photo had been falling off the wall recently.
The cool thing is when you have a historical society who runs who allows paranormal investigation, they actually know history of the building.
Mm-hmm.
And so you're not just going into a building and all you're doing is speculating. Like, you have Marianne there and whoever else is available that has actually done some of the research.
Right. They knew tons of names, and yeah, it was so cool. I definitely want to go back. I have more video to review, so I'm horrible at doing review. So I got such good stuff and heard stuff there on my own. I'm like, I have to review these videos. So
Right, absolutely. Yeah, definitely I highly recommend Kosciuszko County. You got to know the right person to get in contact with in order to investigate it.
mm-hmm.
If you have any questions on that, message Brad or myself, and we can help you with that. Okay?
Yeah, I believe the Bamgools are actually going Friday night.
They are. I seen their post. I'm pretty sure they posted about it. So really excited for them. I think they'll really enjoy it for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
For sure. All right, next up, Brad. Who's doing tarot this week?
I don't know where my cards are, so.
Oh, crap. I gotta do tarot? Or do you want to do tea? We got 10 minutes.
Let's just do. I have tea, but I can't give a lot of details about it. But let's do that. We can give our opinions. Yeah.
We can give our opinions?
Yeah.
All right. So, guys, it's probably your guys' favorite segment, not gonna lie.
Right.
It's tea time.
So I know a lot of you saw a post a few weeks ago that they are canceling the Hannah House event. Like, Jason Snyder has decided he is going to walk away, give it up, and actually cancel the event altogether.
Mm-hmm.
So I was sad about that. But then, like, 2 days later, I got a notification of a new Hannah House Facebook page, and then a new Hannah House event. And I'm like, okay, I'm totally confused. And well, they are going to have the event. So if you want to go, by all means go. But they are calling it same event, new name, but it's not really the same.
It's not the same people running it.
It's not the same. It's not the same people running it, and it's not going to be the same.
It's not going to be free.
It's not going to be free. That's the key. That's what the tea is about. I just can't give all the details that I know.
Right.
So it is going to cost $5 a person this year to anyone who attends over the age of 12. They are still going to charge vendors. If you want to be a vendor, you can contact them. I think it's still $20 to be a vendor. They are still going to do tours. They're going to be like $8. They're still going to sell T-shirts. So if you want to go support the house, by all means, but definitely bring $5 extra with you just to get on the property, which is the big sticking point for me because it's been free for 15 years.
Yeah.
And then last year was the first year that they charged vendors.
Yep.
And then Jason steps away for reasons. And now someone else has swooped in and taken up what he's built and pretty much is coattail riding off of it.
Right.
But they are going to charge you.
Yeah. So if you're excited about Hannah House, cool. Just know that you're going to be charged. I personally won't be making an appearance there. I'm not a fan of some people hosting it. And that's another big thing. None of the people, like literally zero of the volunteers who've helped in the past, I don't think any of them are helping this year. Okay.
From what I know. All the ones I've talked to have thrown their hands up and are like, nope, not doing it. Because it feels like a money grab for the house.
Okay.
And I know, like, figures and how much they've made in the past, so I know my details. I just can't give those details. But yeah, it totally feels like they just want to make money off the house now.
Well,
so
let's say this. We can all imagine roughly how many people went to the Hannah houses in the past.
yeah, I can give those numbers. Over the last 2 years, because the last 2 years I've been like there helping and help with parking and all kinds of things. They've been averaging like 2,500 people coming through the door because they've been keeping track with the wristbands of who's been coming through the door. So that times $5.
You do the math, right?
Yeah, you can do the math. So that's a huge amount of money. I'm questioning how they're going to collect them. Oh, and it's cash only. There's not going to be any card, from what I was told.
Okay.
So that's going to be a lot of cash. That if stuff disappears,
they better have a lot of trust in those people that are handling that.
Yes.
For sure.
And it takes normally like 40 volunteers to make it run smoothly. And if you've ever been to the Hannah House event, it runs like a well-oiled machine. They get you in, they get you out, they get you in your spot. Then if you come in as a guest, they get you in, get your bracelets on, and send you on your way. I don't think it's gonna go like that. Which is sad. Which is super sad.
Oh gosh, burping. Sorry, guys. I am not a fan of charging the public. Obviously, last year I helped host a Paraunity 5. Well, technically I was the host, but there's a whole committee behind it. And I like that it's free to the public. I like that. I understand. Well, in a way, I'd understand charging vendors, kinda. The thing is, the people hosting it is not being charged to book Hannah House. Like when we hosted Paraunity, I'm being charged. I have to pay for the facility.
Right.
And so in order to make up for that, we charge vendors. Makes sense, right? Like nobody's mad. It's not like we're charging $500 right, for a spot.
Right.
But for Hannah House, I don't see any reason to charge unless there's like major repairs that need done, or you're accepting donations. Like I get the tours when they were charging for just tours. I get that. But I just, from the outside looking in, not knowing all the details, I only know vaguely some details. Like you're not having to book the facility. You're not having to do anything that. So where is that money going to go?
Right.
Is it going to go into the Hannah House?
Supposedly it's going into the Hannah House. But there's also been changes at Hannah House too. Like the longtime caretaker, they got rid of him. He's no longer associated with the Hannah House. Back in December, the ownership group decided to get rid of him. So it just feels wrong now. It just doesn't feel like the same old event like it used to be.
Right. And the thing that I don't like, I will say definitely, is you're piggybacking off of the success of the previous Hannah House, making it appear as if it's the same event.
Yeah, they're even like naming it that. Like in the post about it, it says same event, new name or something.
Right.
And there again, Jason wasn't the first host even. Like I've actually reached out to the very first host who created the entire event and talked to her about it too. So
okay, see, I didn't know that. So Jason, because I didn't go to the first Hannah House till I think it was like year 8 or something like that.
Right. Yeah, it was started by my good friend Danielle, who then got into it with the ownership at the time and who wanted to charge, and she stepped away and then gave it to Jason to help.
Right.
And Jason took over, and then she moved away. So
you got to remember when you do charge. I mean, these locations, when they have their events and they do charge, they have to realize it is going to mean that you're probably not going to get 2,500 people walking through there.
Right. and having a post that said it was canceled, and then that was on like the official the original Hannah House page. Well, now these new
shared it. Didn't we share the cancellation on the page?
Yeah,
so it was between the time we shared it on the show. After that, it popped up.
Yeah. It was literally like 2 days after that post happened that they decided, oh, we're still going to do it, but then they created a whole new page, which isn't going to have as many followers on it. So fewer people are going to know about it.
Right.
I mean, the event itself, they sent out invites to, but there's no way they're going to get the news out to everyone who originally saw, hey, it's been canceled. So I don't want to see the house fail, but the event just doesn't feel good anymore. It feels tainted.
Well, and it doesn't feel like I've always I got to investigate the Hannah House once because Jason actually invited me out. So I got to go at a time he was there.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't feel like, like some locations really promote that they have available spots to investigate.
Right.
And Hannah House isn't really one of those.
They do not. They offer. They've been offering like Sunday tours. Some of the volunteers before the whole it got canceled thing had been pumping it up and had been trying to get lots of events going there. But once the whole thing happened, they walked away too. So, and I really can't blame them.
Yeah. So it's up to you guys if you want to go to the Hannah House. I mean, that's still an option. It sounds like.
It's still. I think it's still August 10th. It's still going to run from the same time, but
still a cool building.
Yeah, I've investigated it a couple times.
Yeah,
it was okay. It's not one of my favorite places, but it was a location that I liked helping at. But it doesn't feel good anymore.
Yep, you gotta stick with what feels right.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right, guys. With that said, definitely take that tea how you like it, sweet or not.
Right.
hot tea, cold tea, whatever you prefer. Sun tea for those Midwesterners.
Right. Bubble tea.
But yes. How you like it, guys? But we're going to go ahead and let you guys go for the evening. We do appreciate each and every one of you jumping on here, saying hello.
And I will work on trying to get it fixed so it shows up on my page again. I don't know what's going on.
Yep. And I would appreciate it if you can't comment and you want to be able to comment and Brad doesn't get it fixed, to go follow and like and share and all that fun stuff. Unveil, support us, because I really say Unveil is supposed to be my thing, but Brad is has become a huge part of it. He really has. Yes, Abel. I bet Abel's been watching on the other one the whole time.
I've been trying to jump in occasionally throughout the show and say, "Hey, jump over here," because I'm still not getting comments.
Yeah, for sure. With that said, though, guys, thanks, Emil, for dropping at the last minute. We will see you all next week at our next one. Everyone have a good night.
Yep, have a good night, everyone.
Bye.